Good morning and welcome to the Monday morning sports rant. I think it is episode 8. So that's 2 months of this. And I'll try to keep going as long as I can. Well, getting into it, starting with local soccer, the Carling Knockout took place this weekend, the quarterfinals, and our local team, Richards Bay, beating Durban City 3-1. It was 1-1 at full time. They had to go to extra time. And it was Mutizwa in the 84th that got them into extra time. And then Nombengula and Manala scoring to give them a 3-1 win. And they move through to the semi-finals. Another KZN team, Golden Arrows, beating TS Galaxy 2-1. And the other two quarterfinals will take place tomorrow and Wednesday. Pirates versus Magesi and Marumo Gallants versus Stellenbosch. Moving north, the Premier League, were there some interesting results this weekend, highlighted by a fourth consecutive loss in the league from Liverpool. Brentford beating them 3-2. Can you believe it? Chelsea losing 2-1 to Sunderland. A good win for Newcastle over my new team Fulham. Sorry, Crazy James, 2-1. Man United, a shock win at home. 4-2 over Brighton. Arsenal continuing on their merry way. 1-0 over Palace. And Man City going down. First time in a while that they've lost a game. 1-0 to Villa. And Spurs, a good win over Everton. 3-0. Bournemouth beating Nottingham Forest. 2-0. Reason I'm mentioning that is because they have moved up into second place. Can you believe it? And I'm sure my friend Dave Claessens will be very happy. He did live there for a while. That's where his wife is from. And then I'm mentioning Burnley's 3-2 win over Wolves because South African Lyle Foster scored the winner in stoppage time. Well done, Lyle. Waving the South African flag there, flying it for Burnley with a good win, as they moved a couple places out of the relegation zone. So Arsenal are leading on 22 points, 4 clear of Bournemouth. Spurs are a further point back in third. Sunderland also on 17 points, behind on goal difference. Man City in fifth on 16. Man United also on 16 on goal difference. And then Liverpool, 15 points alongside Villa. So interesting times in the Premier League. A huge game last evening in La Liga. Of course, El Clasico, Real Madrid beating Barcelona 2-1. Goals from Mbappe and Bellingham. So Real move 5 clear of Barcelona at the top. Villarreal are in third place. So the group stage has ended in the Women's World Cup, at least for the teams that matter. Unfortunately, the SA ladies being pumped by Australia 97 all out and then losing by 7 wickets. They were also smashed by England in their first game, who they will now play in the semi-final on Wednesday. So, they're going to have to beat them and Australia probably to win the title. And in both cases, they got whacked. So they're definitely going to have to pull up their socks. All the other victories were pretty good. But yeah, it looks like there's a bit of a gap between Australia and England and the rest. Staying with cricket, the first T20 against Pakistan takes place tomorrow. The Mexico Grand Prix. Wow, some interesting things happening there. Lando Norris winning ahead of Leclerc, Verstappen, Behrman and Piastri. So with Piastri coming 5th and Norris 1st, the Englishman takes a 1-point lead in the Drivers' Championship. 357 points over Oscar Piastri on 356. 357, did I say that? Leading by 1 over 356. And Verstappen is in third on 321. Quickly, in the URC, Sharks, Stormers and Lions with wins. The first for the Sharks this season. And a loss for the Bulls. You can go back and see my wrap of all the results and the table on my previous video. I haven't seen a replacement announcement of Jan-Hendrik Wessels. I know they are trying to take on that ridiculous 9-week suspension. So maybe they're waiting for that result. But the team is being announced tomorrow for Japan. So in terms of my team that I selected last week, being the youngest I could, I'll just bring Malcolm Marx straight into the starting lineup. That does increase the age profile a little. But yeah, because he's available then and I've got another choice, I'll just bring him straight into the starting lineup. So let's see how close I get to Russie's team tomorrow. And finishing off with golf, the Genesis Championship in Korea. It was the last regular season event before the playoffs, which start next week in Abu Dhabi. Local youngster Jungwon Lee winning there. And the top place South African, Richard Sterney, in 14th place. That kept him inside the top 70, so he will be playing in the first playoff event in 69th. And the other South Africans who have progressed, Tristan Lawrence, Jaden Shaper, Sean Norris, Jacques Kruiswijk, and Dylan Naidu. So a nice representation in Abu Dhabi next week of the South Africans. On the PGA Tour, the Bank of Utah Championship, Michael Brennan winning by 4. Honestly, never heard of the guy. And then Christian Besaidenote in a tie, 14 shots back in a tie for 42nd. Unfortunately, Aldrich Potgieter did pull out, I think, after the second round. And then on the Asian Tour, the International Series Philippines, local Miguel Tibuena winning by 3 on 24 under par. Notables in the field, it was a pretty strong field. Mark Leishman 6th place, Charles Schwartzel 12th, Dustin Johnson 15th, Patrick Reed and Dean Burmester in 20th. Now say what you want about Liv, but what they have ensured is that many of the best players, many of them major winners, are going to play in far-flung parts of the world. So it has been positive for golf, if you ask me. This is the best field they had in 30 years, supposedly the Johnny Walker Championship back in the day in 1995. So, yeah, that's that for this week. As usual, let me know if I missed anything out, or if any of your teams won or lost. Sorry to those Liverpool supporters, which includes my brother. But yeah, until next week, enjoy the sport coming up over the next couple days.